Okay. We're back in Final Fantasy XIV.
Yes. Gotta see what Inspector Hardboiled is up to this
Yes.
time.
The one thing I'm going to do is bring the BGM volume back up. I had turned it down when we were bashing our heads against the tyrant. Okay. Now, we have an even deadlier foe to face. Hardboiled's enemies. Hardboiled casts a resolute shadow beneath the unrelenting glare of TrueView's neon illumination. Oh, and John made us a cocktail. I haven't tried it yet.
Bunewa soda.
Yes, I'm excited. It has some tasty things in it. It's got blue curacao, lemon and lime juice, guava, lemongrass,
some ginger.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Pretty well. I don't think it's very alcoholic. There's not a lot of curacao in there, and it probably cooked off when I was making the syrup, but it's still tasty.
Interesting. I was able to widen the crack I made in that storage device and yank out new scraps of data. First file just happened to be a record of Carnelian's procedure. Seems the bastard soul's poured into one of those clot-type monsters. Got an annoying talent for mimicking shapes and faces, which is exactly what Carnelian took advantage of when he tricked us with his fake Kemaka. These two. Never fear, Inspector Hildibrand is here. Pulled out details and yet another monster-fied criminal. This mook was nabbed for repeated vehicular violations, riding his air-wheeler too fast, making reckless maneuvers, endangering others, that sort of thing. According to the data, he's running around in the body of a cactar.
Oh, no.
Oh, God. Judging by what we've seen of that researcher schemes, he'll have dispatched the prickly speed demon somewhere outside the dome. But where? Rejoice, my good detective, for I, Hildibrand, agent of enquiry, come bearing the very direction you seek. I have it straight from the mouth of the real Kemaka that an ambulatory cactus piloting a flying contraption was supposedly observed streaking through the sky on a southerly bearing. Southerly?
Yeah, I think southerly.
Southerly, yeah. Alas, despite hastening to confirm its sighting, our intrepid sheriff arrived too late to see the needle-covered individual in question. The report was summarily dismissed as fanciful imaginings of inebriated townsfolk. The insistent chirp of veteran instinct nonetheless impelled me to investigate. Thus did my faithful assistant and I venture further south to question the colorful crowds of Tuliyodel. Tuliyolo. Thank you, Nashu.
Yeah.
Yes. There to find sober witnesses eager to tell of an airborne succulent. They said it was moving at an incredible pace, sat astride a vehicle like the ones the mechanical invaders had ridden. It was last seen zipping past a dirigible before vanishing into the clouds to the south. Alexandria's soldiers ride on air-wheelers, so unless there's another flying cactar out there somewhere, I think we have our man. Good work. Almost too good, in fact. Over there. Is that a new case I spy? Hardly had to bait the hook. They're the real deal, all right. Although, come to think of it, I don't know why anyone would bother impersonating either of them to begin with. At least the lead seems solid enough, but if we're serious about catching this guy, we'll need an air-wheeler of our own. Come on, there's a shop nearby that does custom jobs. I guess I just go buy one for like 7 million gil.
Yeah. You've got that to spare.
Yeah. This is the place. I used to be a regular here, but I ain't been back in a while. Let's see if they still remember me. Oops. Bumped my microphone reaching for Bunewa soda. Ah, that's good. Well, well, well. Look who the wind blew in. Monom, I've come for my steed.
Oh, man, look at that goatee.
Yeah. I didn't know Flalafel could have facial hair. That battered old scrap heap. It's been rusting on my garage floor for so long, I doubt it could manage a slow trot, let alone a gallop. Happy to give it a tune-up if you have the credits to burn, but I'll need you to supply some parts. A new high-voltage battery and superconductor coil at a minimum. The chronometer's ticking. I'll see if I can't get my hands on a battery, but can I ask you to track down the coil? These soft-boiled types wouldn't know a suspension spring from an anti-gravity gimbal, but you, I can trust to find the right part without cracking under the pressure. Hard-boiled seems desperate to get his air wheeler up and running, so I'll give you a tip. You want a coil quick-like, then salvaging the rides of defective sentries is your best bet. I'll even lend you this handy gadget to help you out. Set off the distress signal on the west side of Old Alexandria, and you'll soon have some murderous mechanical company dismantle for parts. Oh. I'll take these two along with me on the battery hunt. Good luck out there. Okay. Let's see. All right, I need to go out. I need to go outside. It's dangerous out there. Let's see. It's just for speaking at a designated location. All right.
And set a robot on fire.
Yes. I don't have my MMO mouse or keypad, so I can't do my full opener, but it should suffice.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, get your hands on a coil.
Sure do.
Aye, that should do the trick. And where did your mates run off to? Can't be that hard to find a store what sells batteries. You should probably head out over to the Nexus arcade and see what's keeping them. All right. Oh, there's hard boiled. Abby, any trouble picking up that coil? Nothing you couldn't handle, I'll wager. As for the battery, I bought one easily enough. The problem was convincing the inspector and his gal to stick around after we caught a whiff of tantalizing familiarity. Long story short, they wandered off and haven't come back. Suppose we ought to go look for them, huh? Oh, there they are. Is that a corpse? A smiling corpse? You needn't fret, detective. This dapper zombie is an old acquaintance of mine. Allow me to introduce myself, good sir. I am a proud member of the Gentle Deadman and disciple of Master Zombibrand. I have been on the road, seeking out new recruits for a merry, moldering band. Said search is what brought me here, into the midst of this unexpected yet most welcome reunion. I don't usually hold with necromancy, but he seems harmless enough. So, if you're done catching up, we've got a case to work on. In actual fact, our conversation was almost entirely case-adjacent. Employing his nose for festering fellows, this gentle zombie traced the stench of necromantic decay to the very facility in which I once slumbered. Yes, I became fast friends with one of the reanimated researchers there. During the process of getting to know each other, he spoke briefly of the only person left alive after the incident. According to my new charnel chum, all the lab workers perished when an accident resulted in the leakage of a highly toxic substance. All that is, save for a single man who habitually wore a protective gas mask. Keshkai is his name. He was second in charge after the overseer himself, yet disdained by his peers as a condescending know-it-all.
Yeah, but now they're all dead.
Yes. They did, however, grudgingly recognize his passion for his work. Even after devoting a full day to official experiments, he would pour his remaining time and energy into some mysterious side project. He was the sole surviving researcher, you say? Sounds like we finally have a name to our mastermind. Courtesy of the shambling undead, no less. No matter how many years I do this job, well, thanks for that. Glad to be of service. Now, if you'll excuse me, my new recruit and I have a cafe tour planned. So that fella was an honest-to-God's walking corpse, huh? I've met weird folks in my line of work, but do you always keep company with such oddballs? Ah, that was out of line. It's just, I reckon there are forces in this world you're better off not messing with. Anyway, let me take these parts back to Monalm and get my wheeler repaired. Shouldn't take too long. I'll ride him back here to make sure he's running smoothly, and you can see the magnificent beast in all his glory. Detective Hardboiled seems somewhat nervous, excited to reclaim his pride and joy, perhaps. Oh.
Oh, man. You have to get this mount at some point.
Yeah, I still hope so.
Once the quest line's over, maybe.
Either this mount or a mount that's a Cactuar riding this mount.
Yeah.
Core, would you look at that? No. Oh. An Oglop. What do you think? I call him Night Stallion. He's a custom job built for yours truly and has far too much horsepower for the average mook to handle. Anti-gravity capabilities are standard, but when it comes to ground speed, he's been tweaked to achieve the highest possible performance. The trick is to install quick heating motor coils. But won't the increased heat compromise the magnetic field's integrity, you ask? Well, that's a valid concern. A hotter drivetrain responds completely differently when you open up the throttle and... You get those filthy hands off my ride. I merely thought to enhance your beloved steed with a touch of Salamanderville. So you've had this amazing machine this whole time? Why haven't you been riding it until now? So fresh-faced and innocent. The spitting image of my assistant.
People.
I'll never forget the day I hung up my spurs. It was right after I'd caught Carnelian. Oh my. I'd been simmering in thoughts of vengeance, fit to burst at my shell at any moment.
You had to get one Akira slide in there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, blowing off the regulator. The big house is too good for the likes of the Crime King. See you in hell, your majesty.
Oh.
You just pulled the trigger when you had the chance. You've gone soft, hard-boiled. Ah! This flashback exceeds the legal length. Ah! Laced with illicit embellishments, no doubt. Hey, it's me.
Yep.
Wrap it up, Gumshoe. To cut to the chase, my assistant was avenged. Slinging the Crime King into the slammer took me off the boil, and riding cold just ain't my style. But now that Carnelian's on the streets again, it's time for me to get back in the saddle. They were saying that Cactar punk flew over Thule whatever, then blew past a dirigible on his way south, right? What kind of territory are we looking at? It'd probably be Yaktel, I imagine.
Yeah.
Lots of big trees are there. And let's make this Yaktel's dirigible landing our starting point. I'll take the Night Stallion and meet you there. Oof. Oh, he's all scorched.
Mm-hmm.
Right. We shall find our way to this cocktail dirigible landing. See you there. I'm pretty sure it was Yak's tail, Inspector. Just do this. To Yak's tail.
There's the gang.
Ah, you made it. Even this jaded old gumshoe had to appreciate that view coming in over the treetops. Anyway, I talked to the locals while waiting for you lot to arrive, and one fella had seen Mr. Cactar flying down to the lower forests. I'm told the biggest place out that way is a settlement called Mamook. So that'll be our first destination. Let's head over there, walk the streets, ask some questions. You know, the usual. Very good, Detective. What's become of your wondrous wheeler? Night Stallion would draw more attention than I'd like. I'll use the autopilot function to call him if I need him, but otherwise I'll make do with my own 2 feet. That must be Mamook. They build things different down here, huh? But we ain't got time to admire the architecture. Spread out and find someone who's clapped eyes on that cactar.
Oh, you're doing your conversation emote.
Why, yes, I did see an unusual creature riding a strange vehicle through the forest at breakneck speeds. The vehicle's terrible noise is what first drew my attention, followed by the incomprehensible yelling of its pilot. Yet the sight of this posturing man-plant was so absurd, I found myself more bemused than frightened. Empty house in here. Yes, I've encountered the fiend you described. The forest has its share of fantastical creatures, but this one was undeniably out of place. I observed it smashing one of the giant meteorites of the club, then racing away with the broken pieces. Make of that what you will. Smashing meteorites. Ah, the subject of recent gossip. I crossed paths with the creature myself, and it was indeed odd, but the machine it rode upon was the true wonder. He pulled up alongside me in my wyver, challenged us to a race, then zoomed off with astounding swiftness. If you're planning to catch that fiend, you'll need an equally miraculous mount.
This is probably an equally miraculous mount.
Yes, the Mew missive. Mm-hmm. I like that spins when you go in the air.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the rap? Testimonies I gathered were very much the same. There is a cactuar racing around out here. That much can be certain. But if he's making stops to bag meteorite fragments, then this ain't no simple joyride. Talk to me. Something about those rocks I ought to know? Some kind of special etheric radiation, huh? We haven't pieced together Kashiaki's big plan yet, but he seems real interested in those space stones. Which means we've got a good chance of finding his spiky goon by staking out the spots where the meteorites are. If we nab the cactuar, we can make him lead us to the researcher and to Carnelian. When I say us, I mean me and Night Stallion, of course. Once we find him, the rest of you won't be given chase without an air-wheeler. I need no such contrivance. These legs have been conditioned by an intensive chocobo-bearing exercise regimen. He has ran very fast.
He sure has. Never fast enough to escape Godbird, but still
Yes.
very fast.
Well, good luck to him. Still think he's a weak-willed punk, but I can't deny that uncanny body of his is made of sterner stuff. Let's get on with it then. I hear there's a few good-sized meteorites along the road that leads out of town. We'll start at the near end and hope the mook puts in an appearance. The Mamook Mook. No Wheeler riding Cactuar around here. Let's move on. Ugh, that idiot inspector. Took off like he had the case all sewn up, but running fast didn't find him any leads, did it? And here I thought he was onto something. That way, Nashu, I think I may be onto something.
What is this, man?
Oh, this is the cyborg adamantoids. I think you fight a few of them in the Vanguard dungeon.
Okay.
And you get this from hunt trains or
Yeah.
hunts.
Interesting. I haven't seen it before.
Yeah. But it spins wildly like
Yeah.
other adamantoids
It
mounts.
sure does.
Yeah. All the hunt trains I've been doing, I max out on nuts pretty easily, so I might just pick this up. No sign of him here either. On to the next meteorite. I detect a hint of criminality in that direction. Onwards, Nashu. We mustn't let the detective beat us to the punch. This is waving. Oh, Hildibrand's got a blue banana. Oh my. That
Oh,
looks
wow.
like look out and stand aside, or it's 1,000 needles in your hide. Make way for the unmatchable, uncatchable Spike. Oh, he's got a Yakuza
He
intro.
sure does.
Well, there's our thumbnail. This one looks ripe for the smashing. Hold it right there. I'm going to need you to hop off that air wheeler. Huh? Ah, you must be the blowhards I was warned about. Huh? Think you can give orders to the succulent speedster? My ride is maxed out with black market mods. There ain't no one faster. Keep up if you can, slowpokes. Oh, jeez. She didn't need the mace.
I guess not.
If that's the way it's got to be, challenge accepted. To me, Night Stallion, it's time to burn rubber. There goes I'm right behind you. And I'm right behind you, Inspector.
Slightly slower.
Yeah. And I'm right behind you, Nashu. Yeah! Damn it. That's the stallions at full gallop, and I'm still trailing. 'Twould seem you require my assistance after all. What the? You caught up to me on foot? Fine. Change of plans. Banana! Where's my damn python? I'll just tweak the weapon's elemental settings like so. With you steering and me providing the thrust, that fiend will soon learn a harsh lesson. Nothing outruns a fired-up Manderville man. Oh, you dropped a banana.
About to turn into a Battletoads game.
Oh, God. Are they actually gaining on me? Come on, then. I feel the needle for speed. He's Aaron Paul. We did it. Victory is ours. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh no.
Can't believe it. My undefeated record. My legendary win streak. It's over. And yet, I feel strangely content. Enough. You win. Just hand me over to the coppers and be done with it. So the researcher forced you to work for him like he did with the other fiends. That's right. Told me to smash and grab the meteorites from the forest, but not what he wanted them for. All this way to nab some delinquent goon and no leads to Kishkai or Carnelian to show for it. Not to mention my beautiful ride getting trashed. That one's on you, Hildibrand. Perhaps we can try running together next time. Well, if you're looking for Kishkai, I know exactly where he'll be, waiting for my meteorite delivery over by the cliffs southwest of here. Why didn't you say that sooner? I bet Carnelian is there with him. He won't escape me this time. I leave this criminal cactuar in your custody. Fiendish appearance aside, 'tis a man's soul within, so please treat him accordingly. Now let us follow the detective to these cliffs, shall we? I must ensure these villains are served a gentleman's justice. Okay, over there.
Fat Moogle.
Fat Moogle. I don't have it set to play special mount music, unfortunately.
That's all right.
But it normally plays the Good King Moggle Mog music.
I wonder if the M12 Savage mount plays Everything Burns.
I wonder, yeah. Shh. I can hear them just up ahead. Let me get the drop on them before we all go barging in. He's late. We must assume something went wrong. These meteorites will provide the perfect energy source, and I would prefer to harvest a surplus, but it's too great a risk to linger here. Freeze, mage. You so much as twitch your lips and I'll light you up. No, I've worked too hard to give up now. Oglop. He's getting away. He'll keep. I've got the one I want. But don't think I'm taking you in just so you can escape. Never again. Murder is not the answer, detective. Ooze. Where did Carnelian go? You almost had me, if not for this bumbling fool you tolerate, soft as ever.
He's got a point, hard-boiled.
You and me are done, Hildibrand. Stay out of my way. My recent inadequacies as an inspector appear to have earned the detective's ire. 'Twas you he turned to for assistance with this case. It is only fitting that you remain at his side for the duration.
I mean, you kill bad guys all the time. You're
That's
probably
true,
not
yeah.
gonna have a
I have no qualms with murder.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Nashu and I shall persist with our independent inquiries. Oh, back in solution 9.
Yep. Looks like it'll probably finish off this section.
Sorry for the sudden exit back there, but that yolk for brains had me steaming.
Good egg to calm down.
That's the problem. His help ain't nothing but a hindrance. For the love of... I see you skulking over there, soft-boiled. Isn't this a delightful spot of serendipity? We were simply following the villain's trail, and look how we've all run into each other, completely by chance. Well, we were only passing through, after all. We shall apprehend that masked mastermind with our own tried-and-true methodology. You shall see. I want you on the case with me from here on out. When it comes to a proper guide beyond the dome, as well as being tougher than yours truly, no one else fits the bill. You might need to cool your heels for a bit while I work on salvaging more data. But Hard-Boiled always gets his files in the end. See you around. Meanwhile, elsewhere.
Seems like the kind of place you could put a trial.
Yes.
In the future.
At long last, my scheme has come to fruition. No longer must I endure the company of incompetent colleagues. All is in readiness. The replication of my brilliant mind is at hand. Never again will I be known as the Kanalaka Corpus's second best. My name shall ring across the lands, carried far and wide by an army of unrivaled geniuses. Pfft. Something amusing. Oh, just the fact that you repaired a device capable of miracles, yet your plans for it are so very banal. You dare mock me? Did a flare.
Oh, my.
What a bore he was, now to realize a dream worthy of this marvelous technology.
Oh, no.
It's a UFO! Evil poo-poo. But that's our real mastermind. Detective Hardboiled, they call me. Cool and tough as a cucumber wrapped in old leather, I'm a man who prefers his own company. Today's egg was overdone. I let the pot boil and boil, a match to my mood. They say you can't make a cracked shell whole again. Maybe it's time I smashed it completely. Core, these are some troubling thoughts. Can anyone save Detective Hardboiled from himself? I bet the inspector can. With us on the case, a happy ending is never far away.
All right.
That's it for Hildibrand. Probably one more chapter for this expansion.
Yep. Once
7.5.
Finally confront Carnelian, probably.
Yes. And evil poo-poo.
Yes.
But we'll get back to streaming on Monday.
Yes.
More Blake Manor. And then more PoppyCon on Wednesday. And then I have to pick out a game to play for roughly a month or so.
Yeah.
Until some other games come out in April.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We'll be back Monday. Oh, the Buneo soda was a hit.
Oh, yeah. It was very good.
Very good.